Welcome back. This is the Kelly Roach Show. And today we're digging into my top 3 metrics for 2025 and how you can use these to drive the growth of your business. Thanks so much for being here. It's your earbuds that make this show run and grow. So thank you so much for being a loyal listener. I appreciate you greatly. And I just want to take a moment of gratitude as we start the show today to share that. So let's talk about the metrics that we're going to focus on for 2025. And I want to pull out a couple different things in the show today that I think can make a huge difference for you as you plot your 2025 and really how you're going to elevate your growth and your brand overall. So first of all, the most important thing that I've learned in scaling businesses, both offline as an employee and now online as a CEO and business owner, is that the focus on the fundamentals is the absolute most essential ingredient in creating sustainable year-over-year growth and scale. The degree to which you get distracted by anything outside of your fundamentals for growth, the more you will see your business become a Franken business. It gets complex. It becomes unrepeatable. It's really hard to bring new people into. It's very difficult to grow and scale. So the lesson that I have learned over and over and over again is that anytime I let someone convince me to stray away from the fundamentals, stray away from the basics in any one of my businesses or add additional layers of complexity, it fails. It fails and it fails miserably and it costs us tons of time and tons of money. And even to such a degree that I have changed my strategy. If I'm bringing anyone into the business that is coming in like a mid-level or a leader level role of any kind, they are not allowed to recommend any changes to the business until they have proven success in our existing model. Because everyone always wants to put their stamp and their fresh ideas and their new and different perspective. And a lot of times that is not actually what the business needs. The business actually needs more execution with excellence of the basic foundations of success. So the first thing I want to share with you today, as you think about your 2025, is strip it down, simplify it, less is more. That's number one. Number two, I have found that the less KPIs and metrics that you focus on, the more successful you will be. Again, going back to this idea of simplicity. Simplicity scales, complexity kills. The more that you focus on just a very small handful of basic fundamentals versus a very large list and a long list of things that people have to track and measure and try and remember, the more things on that list, the more diluted effort becomes and the less effective you actually are at the execution of any of them. So the second big thing is really trying to shrink down the number of things that are your focus points and knowing what your critical drivers are for success. Okay, so the third big lesson, and I really want to put a star and asterisk around this because I have businesses that are everywhere from, baby business, year 2, year, 3, whatever. And, obviously companies that are, 10, 11, almost 12 years old now. So regardless of where you are in this range and cycle, the third thing is that scale is as much driven by what happens on the back end of the business as it is on the front end. And this is the core thing. I'm trying to really get this out in the marketplace and in the online world right now because it's never spoken about. And this is the same thing that happens in diet culture and the same that happens in gym culture and the same thing that happens in so much of the fitness and exercise world. You've heard the saying, you can't outrun your fork. What does that mean? They say 80% comes down to your nutrition and your diet, and 20% comes down to what you do in the gym. And people live at the gym. They go to the gym every single day. I'm sure you know people in your life that are at the gym every single day, and yet they don't look like it. They don't look like it. They're not fit. They're not trimmed. They're not slim. They're not cut. Why? Because you can't outrun your fork, right? Now, The same thing goes for business, and no one teaches this. And I promise you, this one podcast episode will make you millions and millions of dollars if you just listen to me. The new year is fast approaching, and there isn't a business owner out there that doesn't realize that with the speed of change and disruption in the market, your business needs to be relevant. Its products, programs, and services need to come across as timely, and they have to meet an urgent need with a competitive edge in the way that you position your brand. Now is the time to reinvent yourself and your business. Step into your true calling as a leader, living your faith, building your empire, and creating millions of dollars of revenue and impact in the world. If you want to learn more about how you can step into your new era, reinvent your business, and catapult your growth, make sure you register for the Reinvention Roadmap and give you a step-by-step plan to crystallize your new era, elevate your voice and your brand, and create the next level of success in 2025. Scroll down below this episode, click the link, and get yourself registered now. You have to put an equal emphasis on customer duplication as you put on customer acquisition. What do I mean by that? You can't outsell your churn. And what do I mean by that? I mean that if you do not have great systems for every customer that you acquire to multiply and duplicate that customer with renewals, retention, referrals, reactivations, upsells, and take that customer and duplicate it on the back end of your business. If you focus all of your energy and all of your effort on front-end acquisition, what will happen is you will have revenue flow in and you will have it flow right back out again. This is why so many business owners are burnt out. They're killing themselves because they're constantly selling, but then they're losing it as fast as they're gaining it. So the business never grows and they can never stop and slow down because their churn is so high on the back end. Now, you need to know what your ideal customer number is. Okay. So you need to know at all times when you set your 2025 goal, or maybe you have a goal, years into the future, however the case, you need to look at that goal and you need to say, okay, I want to be at this revenue number. You know what your average price point is. How many customers do you need? The first thing that I would recommend that you do is hit pause on this episode really quick now and figure out your ideal customer number. Then I want you to look at your active customer baseline as of today. The first thing that we're doing and that we're going to measure against, and every Monday we have our mastermind to 100 million, and that is our portfolio leadership call where myself and all the leaders of my 5 companies that I own exclusively get on the phone and we go through all of our metrics. We go through our strategy, synergy, portfolio priorities, all the things. Okay. All right. So get your baseline. How many customers do you need to be at your target? Start measuring every single week your customer count. Why is this critical and how is this going to help you? This is going to help you because it's not just about making sales. It's not about getting customers in. It's about managing and maintaining them. So what you want to do is you want to start tracking week 1 of the year all the way through week 52 of the year. How many customers do you have each week? Your goal is that your customer count goes up each week, because otherwise you could be selling every single day. You could be making sales every single day. If your active customer count isn't going up, because as you're selling one customer, you're losing another, that is the ultimate recipe for burnout. And this is what's taught in the online space. No one talks about what is equally important to customer acquisition, which is customer retention. And it's not just retention, it's the 4 R's. It's results, renewals, referrals, reactivations, and then I add upsells in the mix because you want to move people from your internal buyers list all through each of your offerings. Okay. That said, you want to look at customer count. You want to grow that count every single week. And that forces you to put an equal emphasis on acquisition and retention. If you can get this one thing working in your business, not only will you run a wildly profitable business because you become efficient and effective, you'll be wildly profitable. You will also be wildly peaceful. Is there anyone listening to today's episode that would love a peaceful business? Why is your business peaceful? Because when you every single week are working on retention and refining your systems for how you deliver outstanding results for your customers and how you manage your customers once they begin paying you, you're going to have low customer turnover. You're going to have low customer issues. Your team is going to be happy. They're going to be peaceful and productive. You're going to be peaceful and productive. Clients are going to be happy. They're going to build your brand for you. Okay. So number one, customer count, baseline target that aligns with the revenue number that you want and measuring every single week against that number. You should see a plus. And we present on this every week by company across the 5 businesses in the portfolio. And our objective is every single week that customer count is going up. And we're looking at both the renewals, the referrals, the retention, and also the acquisition. So our number one metric of 2025 is growing client count across each company each week. Number 2, sales every company every day. Why is this important? Sustainability comes from what you do consistently all the time. It's not what you do once in a while or sometimes, right? You can't have predictability in your business if your business isn't predictable. And when you have an objective to make sales each and every day in your business, what that then drives is the behavior that leads to sales each day. The more that you get your business running like a well-oiled machine, the more your business is going to profit like a well-oiled machine. So our second core metric of the year is that we are focused on making sales in every company every day. And there's 3 core things behind that. There's the Dream 1000 list, which is the 1,000 people that each person on our leadership team and in a sales or marketing role is in rapport with. There's our call booking target. And then there's our miracle hour. And so if we focus on just those 3 things, staying in rapport and building our Dream 1000, doing our miracle hour each day, which is the 7 core activities, top, middle, and bottom of the funnel that build the brand, create relationships, create rapport, make invitations, make offers, all of those things. And then we book calls. If we do those 3 things, we're going to make sales every single day. Now the business is predictable. Now the business is profitable. Now we run like a well-oiled machine. You as the leader have to create discipline first for yourself and then for everyone around you. Set a high standard in your organization and decide what you want to happen all the time, not sometimes. Because you have to create the discipline and the cadence around what you want to be the standards and the behaviors around which your company is built. I don't want to have anyone on any of my teams or any of my leaders that sell sometimes. I want leaders that sell all the time. I don't want people on my company or in my team that are going to do the right activity sometimes. I want people that are going to do the right activity all the time. And so that is the cadence and the standard that I have to set at the top of the organization if that's what I want happening up and down the organization. And then the third thing is we have 5 buckets that we want each company to have success in each and every week. And those 5 buckets are going to be prospect sales, a renewal, a referral, a reactivation, and an upsell. There are 5 types of sales, and we want to have all 5 every single week, which there happens to be 5 core buckets. There's 5 days in a week. We want a sale every day. And what does that mean? Again, we're getting new prospects in every week, but we're balancing that out with putting a lot of pressure on ourselves internally to raise the bar of how well we're servicing customers because we're retaining those customers. Because we can't achieve renewals, referrals, upsells, and reactivations if our customers are not happy, right? So those are our 3 core metrics for the year, and we're keeping it unbelievably simple. Everyone has a revenue target and they have a client count target. We're managing expenses very aggressively to look where we're overspending or underspending to make the right adjustments. We have a people plan for productivity purposes to know when and if we're going to have to hire. We are hiring in a couple of the companies right now. But those are the 3 things. And, this is what I would strongly encourage you to think about. What is it going to take to make your business peaceful? What is it going to take to make your business profitable? And what is it going to take for you to truly feel that you are fulfilling your purpose, your calling, utilizing your gifts at the highest level in your highest capacity to do the most good, right? The most good, right? And for me, part of the reason why I want to scale and keep building companies and keep growing companies and have more and more clients is I want us to be sharing our gifts with more and more and more people. It's like, what are we doing to make a difference in the world? What are we doing to impact more people? How are we serving more people? And I put out so much free content, and I'll continue to do that. And I always want to be of service in that way. But people are not going to garner the same result from free content as they are going through a very structured program in which they are invested, which puts pressure for execution and implementation to get results. So the free is the gift to the world, and the paid is the opportunity for the people that are really serious about getting results to do something about it, to invest in themselves and to make a commitment to making that happen. But those are our big three. What are we doing to accomplish those? And I'm sharing this with you because I think it can be really helpful for you as you look at your strategic plan for the year. We're focused really on three things: call bookings, our Dream 1000, and executing our Miracle Hour each day. Dream 1000, call bookings, and Miracle Hour each day. That's it. Those are our three big dominoes. In the service realm, we have the Care More model. So we're continuing to meet across all companies every month about the Care More model, how we are over delivering for customers, how we are raising our bar and our standards in terms of making sure that not only are we delivering on our promise, but over delivering on our promise. And we're going to continue to use our top three customer acquisition strategies to do that. And that is always, first and foremost, the live launch above anything else. That is our crown jewel. The live launch is continuing to outperform by exponential numbers any other strategy that we use. Then followed by referral marketing, which we're putting a lot of focus and a lot of emphasis on this year. You'll hear me talking about that more and more. And of course, direct social selling, which is just blowing up right now. We're definitely seeing a huge resurgence in direct social selling right on social media. And the fuel behind driving those things is really casting vision, empowering the team, investing in our people, really creating the culture that we want to create, and helping people to capitalize and maximize both internal growth opportunities and commission opportunities to achieve their goals. So I hope this gave you a really clear sense of kind of a little bit of my thinking behind the strategy for growth. We do have targets for multi-million-dollar growth across companies next year, and we expect it to be a big year. I think it's going to be a hard year, but I think it's going to be a great year. I think a lot of the seeds that we planted this year and a lot of the seeds you planted this year are absolutely going to bear fruit. I think it's going to be a very exciting time for those who have been very committed. So look forward to that for sure. And I want you to know that I am delivering the reinvention workshop the first week of January. And I want to make sure that you're there. So you know the power of reinvention. You know that garnering and capturing the attention of your market is the make or break for everything that I just talked to you about. The one thing that everything I just talked to you about here hinges on is you have to get eyeballs. You have to have people's hearts, minds, attention, and focus on your brand if you want any of these things that I just talked about to work for you. So I am showing you how to design and deliver and step into your new era as a leader, to live and lead with your faith, to build your empire, to make millions of dollars, to reinvent yourself and step into your new era to kick off the new year. So this is going to be a do not miss. Make sure you are set to join me. You can register in the link down below. It's the reinvention workshop. It's happening the first week of January, 12 p.m. Eastern each day. Be there live. Don't miss it. And I have an amazing Facebook group where we've already started sharing resources and clips and all sorts of things to support you. It's called the Kairos Leadership Facebook group on Facebook. So get on over there, come in the group, join us, and make sure you register for the event. So again, make sure you keep it simple. Remember, less is more. Focus on the fundamentals and keep reinventing yourself to make it timely and relevant for the now. Let's grow.